this time, I would like to introduce Renay Durling-Grover, who is from Morristown Medical Center. She's a nurse who's going to speak to you a little bit about what happens when someone is hit by a car. Renay.
I will. I'll try. If I'm not loud enough, just wave to me in the back of the room. I'm a little nervous about this. I just want to thank you for having me. Atlantic Health and Morristown Medical Center play an important role in the health and safety of Morristown and all the communities that we serve. And we are proud to support the Street Smart Public Awareness Program. Morristown Medical Center saw an increase in pedestrian struck injuries between 2014 and 2015 of 37%. As has been published, Morristown alone experienced 51 pedestrian-related crashes between 2013 and 2015. And pedestrian-related motor vehicle crashes are preventable. Safe walking and driving is instrumental in preventing pedestrian injuries and deaths, not only here in Morristown, but everywhere we travel. Street Smart slogan of Check Our Vital Signs brings awareness to both drivers and pedestrians to the importance of following traffic laws. Educating the pedestrian public to be mindful when walking on and crossing roadways, and educating drivers in the importance of being aware of pedestrian traffic will go a long way towards achieving a goal of 0 pedestrian deaths on our roadways. After all, 0 is the only acceptable number. As I've already mentioned, Morristown Medical Center has seen an increase of 37% in pedestrian injuries in 2015. The majority of these pedestrians involved are between the ages of 40 and 60 years old. Yes, the majority of the pedestrians injured are adults. Statistics show that over 50% of these injuries are due to pedestrian errors, so it's not always the motor vehicle driver. They're either crossing roadways in areas other than crosswalks, stepping out from in between parked vehicles, and distractions caused from texting or cell phone use. We see it every day. Bringing awareness to pedestrians is vitally important. However, pedestrians are not the only causes of these crashes. Operators of the motor vehicles play an important role as well. And we as operators of these motor vehicles, need to think about texting and driving, as was said before. Speed also plays an important role in the severity of pedestrian injuries that we see. Statistics show that a pedestrian struck by a vehicle traveling at 40 miles an hour has an 80% chance of not surviving that incident, whereas a pedestrian struck by a vehicle traveling at 20 miles an hour has a 95% chance of surviving. So we need to slow down and we need to pay attention. When a pedestrian is struck by a vehicle, there is a vast cross-section of medical professionals who respond and care for the injured patient. We have emergency medical technicians, we have paramedics, emergency department nurses and physicians, trauma physicians, radiology personnel, lab, and an array of other support personnel who come together rapidly to respond to the needs and treatment of these patients, all with the goal of saving and preserving their lives. This is not always possible. Injuries can be too great, and every one of these tragedies has a lasting impact on our medical professionals. The impact of a pedestrian struck injury is far-reaching. As a member of the trauma team at Morristown Medical Center, I can say with certainty that our team members never get used to the tragedy surrounding a pedestrian struck, particularly because we know they are avoidable. We witness firsthand the impact to the families, the stress, the pressure, and the demands on the immediate family are far-reaching. When a pedestrian dies from their injuries, the abruptness and shock to loved ones in and of itself is traumatic. For those pedestrians that survive the initial treatment, the healing process for the patient and family is generally very long, and it's a very draining process. Often these patients spend months in the ICU. Family members' lives are put on hold to care for the needs of the injured patient. The most rewarding day for the medical team is when the patient is discharged from the hospital and able to return to and resume a normal life. It is commonplace for these patients to stop back and visit the trauma department, the physicians and the nurses, and it is heartwarming for the medical team that cared for them to see them doing so well. In trauma, we no longer use the term accident. we use the term crash. Accidents are preventable and pedestrian tragedies are preventable. We are pleased to support the Street Smart program and look forward to the reduction in pedestrian injuries. Thank you.